You know it's web pool. Case closed. I know all your moves. Hey, you know it's web pool. Case closed. I know all your moves. Matilda's imaginary friend to the end. Wait, I'm not supposed to exist. You know the it's TheFollowingizRatedZ. I just want y'all to comprehend that we in space, y'all. Just because we're on Earth does not mean we're not in space, y'all. I think that's what that Earth is flat joke come in, like, we're still in space. You feel me? Like, we're in space, y'all. What the hell is galaxies? Multi-dimensional, like, what? Y'all never traveled outside this. Oh, only the wealthy do that. Real shit. So, the propaganda is the rich is going to Mars. Hey, it's crazy, you feel me? Whoever is chaperoning that. But we're still in space, y'all. It's just, we are still in space, y'all. Like, the presidents is there to be the organic cell phone for extraterrestrial beings. And it's just like, Naruto, that's the type of Hokage he was, because Konoha was like in a... They had like a... Didn't have like a... Well, yeah. Like, the Hokage is like the first, second, third, fourth, to the fifth and the sixth. Like, the fourth, they was like beyond powerful. Like, so it was just like, you thinking that, like, when they like they talk about propaganda and trying to hide like wars and shit like that, and like they were so powerful, they was the war. You feel me? People fleet. Like, the first Hokage told them not to mess with the Uchihas because they was like their Casket records slick. The second listened, but wants to still be his own Akasket records for Konoha of what they would go through. The third knew how to do every motherfucking thing, but while nations was in war, he had to handicap himself with what he does to not hear, oh, you let this secret out. And it wasn't forbidden, but we wanted to make a propaganda for we let it known how this works. We want the politic. The fourth, to me, the fourth was before the third, if you feel me. Because they're talking about the Nine Tails attacking and shit like that. Nine Tails only attacked when the fourth was Hokage. That just puts time as a stopwatch for, we're still in space. Different realms exist. I just have to blurt this out because, people have certain arsenals on them or certain things that they go through. They might not want their child because they know that they're a branch of a mother from the highest mother, their higher selves and whoever's protecting their highest self. You feel me? So, there's just certain things in the atmosphere that don't make sense. Because people want to, there's radars and they're not, what's the word? Meters on people that's like, oh, it's going over. It's heightened. We got to do something. And then, you feel me? Like some Grand Theft Auto, he got 5 stars type shit. So, fuck Babylon, you feel me? What does fuck Babylon mean? It means like, we're trying to bring the extraterrestrials in, but politics and are gonna call them aliens and say unidentified flying objects are gonna be in the air. Like if a flying car wasn't in the air while everybody don't have one, people won't be jealous and want to call it a UFO. So, it's just crazy because it's just like, you know, life used to have revenue, and the time is a stop clock. Like the calendar is just the Mayans calendar stopped because they stopwatch stopped. That didn't mean they died. You probably just don't know how to get to that realm. All y'all do, y'all know how to play all those different sports. So do you know who the leader of them sports is? Hey, you know it's well cool. That's just my shit. You know, I make some good music. So 1933, growth and the growth of divine completeness in the beginning went bankruptcy because people like Rothschild and Rockefeller the two bank tellers story, they worked together to bankrupt because they thought they was robbing the world. So they taking checks, and people is putting their gold in, and they taking checks, and they just making, these checks probably did have like people's faces on it. Excuse me, we don't know. The bounce checks have the presidents to say that they're running this inauguration, or what's the word? They're running the scenes, best for lack of better words. Y'all know what I mean. You feel me? Make the atmosphere say the word. Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's crazy because whoa. Let that echo. But we're in space, y'all. And somebody knows how to put a force field with us looking at the sun as protection, to feel protected by what people used to worship. Kemet used to worship the soul. That's what they used to call the sun. And the sun could be looked at as the daughter. You feel me? Babylon, fuck Babylon. Towers is a story about slavery. You feel me? Babylon's a story about people learning something over somebody, getting to a higher pedestal than them or something, and dictating what they can do when they can't tell someone what to do, but they have them trapped in their feelings or power or something. So for them to build a tower really means they got trapped in their innocence, and it's it's a mythology. No, but mythology is real, just like animes. You have to get the idea from somewhere. So it's a story about people's innocence of not wanting to they want to keep their innocence, but they don't want to tell, if they don't have that vibe or the DNA in them to know how to prosper. You have to leave them where they be. You can't force a horse to water, right? So you can't force a horse to water. Hey, you know it's well cool. It's crazy because people be scared at in the morning. Oh, they be scared in the morning? Or no, they be scared at night. Oh, I don't know. Hot, cold. It's on the same dial, ain't it? But it's crazy because you will see the people don't want to. You can't force a horse to water. So, people have a mind of their own. So it's people that know how to ascend, can keep their innocence of why they can't ascend, to hope nothing catches their drip. They let someone do what they can to try to conquer them and let them go until they kill themselves. A matrix, to make their own matrix, and that's what the tower is. They can't reach the sun, which letters is a microism of hieroglyphs. Like, I can tell you what each letter symbolizes, which means I know what hieroglyphs means to a certain extent. I know what hieroglyphs means. I don't want to confuse what I mean. I'm just saying that equation explains that. People like to throw people off. You feel me? And that being said, someone put Federal Reserve notes into play. Because after the bank tellers went bankruptcy, the world figured out it was the wilderness again. So they got fired. So, there has to be energy to fits that's powerful enough for people to not say, I don't want this shit. Federal Reserve notes, you feel me? So, it's crazy because when you think about it, it's excuse me, it becomes a thing about knowing that people are accepting Federal Reserve notes because they feel the community that it could be. You know how people, like, they say Illuminati or whatever, them that like I said about the extraterrestrial. New World Order. That's what it is, New World Order. I think the bank tellers was trying to make a New World Order, and they just made the jungle stay rich and put what the business could have did into bankruptcy. So that just it's crazy because once again, someone had to put the Federal Reserve notes into option, and once again, space. Someone has to be fast enough to, like I said in one of my blogs. No one can, if whoever made the world can't die, because if the person that made the world dies, hey, you know it's whatever that means, you feel me? Then the world is over. So the person that made the world couldn't have died, and the people, speedsters in general, you feel me? Like, they can tell that their mind's manifestation is something they start as a dot, plane, triangle, circle, back to a dot, to you feel me? Know that if they asked me what I wanted to be, and I said a balloon, so I've been a balloon. You feel me? You just like if you want to walk somewhere, you have to manifest that you want to walk somewhere. You can't just say I want to walk somewhere and then keep laying down. You feel me? You probably can make your legs manifest it for you to show that your body's alive too. But it's just like, you gotta put two and two together, y'all. Once again, there's a culture that gives away their leaves and they know those people as wealthy when they find the richest leaves. Those are the greatest hunters. It's really a story about being the greatest hunters. So it's saying, like, you're safe in the wilderness, you feel me? Like, you don't worry about doing this. You're gonna be able to hunt again and live your life, because just because things might get industrialized doesn't mean that we're not still hunting. You feel me? Hunting for peace, whatever you want to hunt for. So, once again, it's just, I keep talking about Federal Reserve notes because it's just like, we have to figure out, the dollar has a pyramid on it, and and an eye, and we all got eyes. So, and the eye is the window into your soul. So that means your soul, like we was just talking about in the sky. If y'all don't look at the sun as an eye, or the planets as an eye in general, excuse me, because everybody say about your body is like a third eye. So, your body is a planet, and then whoever, if you don't know, hey, I just love that song. Whoever gave you the spiritual contract as a extraterrestrial being, spirit, to look how you want to look and not, deform yourself in a way that you blame somebody, like, for you having to survive in life in a way that made you want to look a certain way to disarray certain things. Is simple. So now let's go to Adolf Hitler, because Adolf Hitler put Jewish-ish, remember the ish on the back, people into school. Like, so, when I see Adolf Hitler, I see the national debt for some reason. It just, he had somebody on a organic cell phone, which the pyramid on the back of the eye represents, and the eagles represent the bankrupt corporation that stayed intact because of the organic cell phones that made the community. So, now that being said, the national debt, what the hell is the national debt? If we're doing Federal Reserve notes and we're already printing out enough copies to go bankrupt, how is the debt still running up, y'all? Think about that. It means a little more than just running it up. You feel me? It's not that we own something that's part of Pangea, because it's not a theory. It's more of people's manifestations of knowing that the body is a check. You feel me? Like human trafficking to a certain extent, trying to manifest something that shouldn't be alive. Your own eye for an eye type in revenue. Because, if you can put wealth to it, and obviously we're not, if it's still going negative, but we're going negative, and we're still open. Oh, that's the Chapter 11 bankruptcy, that everything's in, that's reorganized, stay open. So when you meet a human being and you choose to be a public servant, doesn't mean you're not a human being, but you treat them just like you saw them on the streets with a good gesture. You don't say, I'm working, I'm doing my job, because your job is to be nicer than possible. So if you're already the sweetest person, I know it's hard for you. You feel me? Like, but people that can't do that, you shouldn't get a job. So let's look up long-term debt real quick while we're here. Because every business is in a long-term debt, and it's just long-term debt. Okay. Definition of long-term debt: amount owed for a period exceeding 12 months from the time of stock clock. So, from the date of the balance sheet, it could be in form of a bank loan. Whoever gets the Federal Reserve notes. So, you feel me? So, who you got bondage to? Mortgage bond, debenture, or otherwise not due for 1 year. On some Godfather shit, you feel me? Well, damn. Hey, you know it's well. Debenture is a type of debt instrument that is not secured by physical assets or collateral. That sound like the leaves I was talking about. So energy, we put energy. They said that your signature is worth. So we make our promissory notes, but we're not on that. Oh, there's another round for that. So we keeping this one on an artistic level or something. A debenture is a type of debt instrument that is not secured by physical assets or collateral. So now let's look up national debt, y'all. Let's look up what, because this is dead bodies, y'all, that we're looking at that keeps running it up. You feel me? Bill Gates said he wasn't talking about us. He was talking about the bullshit. So this is getting ran up. You feel me? Look at this. It's still going. But we been went bankrupt. Who are we indebted to, you know? Hey, you know it's Whirlpool. Now, that wouldn't make no sense if you say we're in debt to the China people, the Asians. And there's not an Asian in America that's watching this shit. You feel me? Or, you know, I don't got an investigator or something. I don't know. So, this debt is 48. Tax? Oh, tax means, what does tax mean? Y'all always look that up. Tax means make heavy demands on. That sound like death, you know, just to brief it. Like, you know, they're not gonna try to put that on Google. Not now. U.S. national. Oh, it's because we're giving Federal Reserves, and Federal Reserve notes don't have no value to. Hold on. Or we're living in a world that's about energy, and we're still in space, and they like to find the ones that are not smart. So people are consuming more than producing. Hold on. Look at this, y'all. I'm just trying to... U.S. debt clock. It's a clock. So that means certain people know when this is going to stop. It probably been stopped in another round, and certain rounds it just don't. What if this is the bunch of people that are dying because of power in the wrong hands? You know, it's still going up, y'all. Hey, it just hit 21 trillion, 66 billion, 665 billion. You know, the zeros just prove that it just got out of the millions. And it's just running up in the 100,000s pretty fast, y'all. You know, I'm not scared, you feel me, to die. I think there's a lot of people. I think that's what the Asians are kamikaze. And I ain't trying to say I run with disease or I lead disease, but, you know, I follow what the webs and ebbs of the world tell you to do, you feel me? So, certain people don't want to die because they know that they didn't trap on somebody to survive divine completeness. Y'all know the Horus and Set story? Oh, you don't? You don't? Damn. How much time I got? Because I don't know if I got time to explain that. I ain't got a lot of time, but oh well. It's crazy because I don't know if y'all know how, like, these people that were technology that was given from the Zenfanair, because, you know, it's in the trillions. There has to be a number higher than the trillions when it gets over the trillions. If it gets over the trillions, you're right. The zillion? Yeah, oh yeah, zillion is just, once it gets over the trillions, you just go back to saying zillion. So you go zillion, then you go 100 zillion, then you go 1,000 zillion, then you go a billion zillion, then you go, a million zillion, then you go trillion zillion, then you go zillion zillion, then you go 100 zillion zillion. I'm a zinfinaire. So, great power comes great responsibility. What's your name, kid? The human spider. You feel me? I don't know if y'all know the story about the spiders knowing how to do sacred geometry with their webs, gatekeepers and shit. You feel me? But that S on Superman's logo. That S on Superman's logo wasn't an S. It was the E-L. It was the alien. A-L-O, him. It was the logo for God. That logo on Superman's chest. You feel me? So a S represents. So it represents, and Superman's skin got too tough, and he could protect himself. Just to show you how Marvel and DC, every universe is connected. We're in space, y'all. So there's a story it's a Flashpoint. You feel me? If y'all know that movie, it's a good movie. Aquaman just chilling in his house, and then he just goes outside his house and saves the lobster. And then they try to stab him in the chest, but they probably try to stab him in the back if they could get to his back. But and the knife broke, and he was just like, I was wondering what would happen if that happens. You feel me? So, it's crazy because, should I turn the we got used to it. I was just, because there was a Disney Channel movie where the Aquaman slick, you feel me? Went underwater and saw a woman underwater. And it's just like, since he was out of water, his skin started toughening, so he started getting fish scales. So he had to, go in the water to hydrate himself. And it's crazy when I talk like this. It's like people know better and shit. You feel me? I love that theme. But you know what those planes represent, right? Everything's synchronized. Certain planes fly around at certain times, which they coordinated with radars and ETC. So they fly around to figure out who's the ruler of a domicile. You feel me? A district. If we gotta. What's the word? The atmosphere said it. Not minimize it, for lack of better words. I can't think of it, but y'all know. So You want to know why? Well, you know, fuck it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. That's not me. Like I said, like, people, well, who has to watch out for evil spirits? Not my kids, you feel me? Kids, you was pregnant? Actually, yeah, I was, you feel me? I was, you feel me? You can tell when someone's lying, you know. I had set up a certain coordination of protecting people with my kids. So, you know, this is why I say we're still in space. So if my kids are in a different dimension and, you know, there's lookalikes that I can't call my kids, I just hope that it's in their DNA to act the same way. And, I don't think people can live a deserted life like I can, or, you know, certain people that I know, excuse me. And it's just crazy because it's just like, you know, y'all don't have to worry about it, but, you know, y'all still have to keep it in mind, you know. No one wants someone, you feel me? You don't want the wrong person in your dreams, right? Just put it that simple. I'm trying to talk about, like, you don't want no one to trap on you. You can feel when someone might trap on you. Like, you can feel like when you go outside your sanctuary, it's not that you have to put on an act, but you have to put a force field up to not be bad energy. When people be like, I'm an introvert and an extrovert, I don't want to go around certain energy. You feel me? So people don't want to be around certain energy because, you know, they don't want that to be, they don't want to be consuming it, or etc. You feel me? So, because, you know, they might cause them to have a bad dream. You feel me? If it's an opinion or not. So, that's slick how, like, because you think if we're in space and there's different dimensions, how the fuck can a piece of paper, you feel me, catch you? You feel me? If you wrote your name on a piece of paper, or you just wrote something that you go by, name is short for nickname, you feel me? So, wherever realm you known in that, you feel me? That's your nickname, you feel me? So, you feel me? Old Saint Nick, whoever got Christmas popping, you feel me? So, you know, because Zodiac signs. And we didn't just, so everybody got what they, okay, so, you know, I made zodiac signs. That's one thing that no one can tell me because it's about time traveling. That's like what politics was for. There's realms where it's donkey and elephant. There's realms where it's wolf and owl. You feel me? There's different things. Spider and whatever, technology or something. I don't know. But it's different realms and shit, so. I remember, like, I was in North Cross, right? You know, I fuck with the Latinos. They tell me who I am. They keep it real as fuck, you feel me? They be like, hey, you, El Chapo. So, you know, I got bit. And when I got bit on the spot, and then I just grew hair. Ever since I've been hairy as fuck. I think it's ether going through my hands. I don't know. But it's slick. You feel me? So, yeah, so, you know, sometimes people can meet people in the dreams, and they'll talk to someone and be like, you know, I saw you in my dream. They'll be like, for real? And they slick want to be like, I sensed that. You feel me? You know, I can, but they don't want to talk too much in another world that when they was in their dream, it felt real as fuck. You feel me? So, once again, we're in space, y'all. Someone has to own everything. It would be the most bizarre, craziest thing for the person that owns everything, the universe, galaxy, etc., technology, to have a phone out of everything and just go on YouTube or Instagram and be videotaping himself, and he owns the world. You feel me? Or she, excuse me. You know, that would be really bizarre, right? How much time I got? You know, the following is rated Z. I wanted to play a song, but I ran out of time. Did I? I think this shit stops. Let's see. We'll just go into the shit. Cause I think I got a little time left. I don't know.
I don't play that way. I don't play that way.
Cause you know, there must be a reason why the person that owns the world don't just walk down the street. Not that he's scared to like fight somebody. I doubt they'd be scared to fight somebody. But because they want to keep their innocence, you know.
I don't know. Maybe I should just put a bullet just to my head. Oh no. Hey, wait. I don't know, but I know that I won't be dead. Wait. My body's my child. I will never make it lead to that ledge. Oh, why do I have to walk around like I ain't what is?
But I think people feel like someone with power would just Hulk smash everything. Like I said, Donald Trump. Oh, excuse me. I mean, Adolf Hitler.
Why you trying? You ain't got my back. You ain't know it. You didn't see me. The way I do it. Now I'm
gave people a school to learn and watch them try to take him over. That's why he killed him. He didn't kill him because he was an evil person for opinions. He made a world that people can be in, and people didn't want to learn. They wanted to copy the real Jews. So he's watching them get A's, and they saying, "Oh, he watched them copy people, and they wasn't the real ones." I think the owner of the world be doing that too. I don't know. And you know, it's just like, I don't think the owner of the world would be scared, just innocently don't want to see people in pain. Like,
who done made the whips? Who done made the clips? Who done made consciousness? Who done made this shit? What's up? Who done asked with Wait, is that another gift? I don't know. Maybe